Stay connected on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, wherever you are.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God, our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to all and sundry, east, west, north, south, central in Trinidad, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web, whether it be in the region or out of the region, but whatever part of the world you are and the time of the day, a pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is the Monday edition of the Ground Report. And we have quite a lot to report on. Yes, indeed, of course, a number of things have occurred over the weekend, and I cannot help but identify, not necessarily in terms of the order of priority, but certainly they would have occurred, and therefore, of course, the UNC had their 37th anniversary, yes, 37th anniversary, and of course 1 year in government exercise on Saturday. Of course, there is a lot of, in fact, the theme was and is that better days are yet ahead, and I think that, to me, presents a particular perspective as to the optimism and the confidence that are being placed not only by those who are in charge, but certainly it projects a certain kind of acceptance by the population, depending on your perspective, of course, if you are in the opposition, but I don't think that will happen. The other issue, of course, is the whole question of Stuart Young as opposition parliamentarian visiting Delcy Rodriguez in Venezuela last week, it appears to be, and one wonders, according to the current Minister of Energy, Dr. Munilal, what was that all about? You see, I am of a similar view to him that there could be no true benefit to Trinidad and Tobago with that encounter. And of course, when one listens to the opposition leader herself, one wonders whether or not they are in sync with the realities of Trinidad and Tobago today. Incidentally, I noticed that two political observers, analysts, said that if elections would have been held yesterday or today, that the UNC would have beaten the PNM. But of course, in Tobago, we are hearing about oversubscription in terms of ballots and the internal elections in Tobago. But the reality is that the PNM was defeated in Tobago comprehensively, and therefore one may be quick to be lured into, of course, some kind of fantasy or some kind of agenda that really and truly is not in sync with the realities of the times. Of course, the Prime Minister did indicate that 15,000 jobs were in fact created over the last year. Of course, depending on who you speak to, they would say, well, look, I didn't feel it, I didn't get it, and therefore, or it might have been in certain areas and not in others. I want to say personally, however, that yesterday, night before, I got a call from the Office of the Prime Minister asking to submit some names for, I think, a program that will start this morning. Yes, this morning at the Laventil, the Sour Laventil Regional Corporation. And those guys are, I'm sure, on their way because they have to meet the CEO for 7 o'clock this morning. So that while there are gripes, as the Prime Minister would have acknowledged, that there is much, in other words, there is much more work to be done, the fact is that things are being done and much of it may not be coming people's way, and depending on your position and depending on your needs, and of course those persons who may wish to look at the present situation in a negative light will certainly, of course, project that. But I prefer to wait. I believe it is early days yet, and of course there is a lot of optimism on the horizon. For example, the situation in the Middle East, the Ukraine war. The fact is that the price of a barrel of oil would have exponentially increased, and all of that tells me that things are going to be as one would like. I was particularly concerned because I have to, because persons who might have lost are not necessarily involved in crime, criminality, abuse, and or nepotism or cronyism, as far as URP, CPEP, and the forestry program is concerned, but nonetheless have lost a subsistent salary or wage. I say that I am satisfied that the government, the Prime Minister, has said that that exercise was one where they would prefer to have sustainable and well-paying jobs, as is the case, as I experienced only yesterday by sending those persons who I have recommended for those positions up at the Samuel Laventil Regional Corporation. That does not mean that I am not, and as I've said before, that I'm not concerned with respect to the sudden, let's say, extraction or taking away of those persons who would have depended sincerely on to put bread and butter on the table. But it is clearly an issue of sacrifice, and we have to have a little more patience. So that is my recommendation as far as that is concerned. Of course, tonight I will be elaborating a bit on those matters, on the corridor transformation. But let me just highlight some of the things that would have been said yesterday. 15,000 jobs, yes, created. There is, of course, between April, yes, and 25, right, 15,000 jobs. Right, among the figures she listed were 3,185 jobs in the rural development and local government, 2,647 in education, 1,800 in works and transport, 1,749 opportunities in tertiary education and skills training, 1,667 in culture and community development, and 1,304 in health. So these are some of the areas that would have absorbed this 15,000 persons. And notice these are only state enterprises. So it means, therefore, the question of job security, the question of a decent wage and decent work, I think is something that we now as individuals and beneficiaries have to look at as well. Well, she said more jobs will come from the new HDC projects, the government's revitalization plan, the expansion of Plibdeco Estate at Point Lisas, and a special economic zone, for data centers at Picton near the UWI South Campus. So look forward to that and prepare yourself. There is a saying that luck is when people that there are two factors that must coincide in order for you to benefit from a particular opportunity, and that is to say, that is the situation where opportunity meets preparation. So if you are prepared, if you have the opportunity comes, then by all means make use of it. And I think that is good saying, a good lesson, and a good understanding, and a good principle. Of course, the Prime Minister also said she wanted citizens to move away from welfare and temporary work and into proper long-term jobs. So, of course, echoing what I've just said earlier in terms of reliability, in terms of dependability, and in terms of decent work. All right, and she continues, you need, and I'm quoting here now, you need to understand that you will always be at the mercy of politicians if you continue to look for make work and welfare jobs. I am trying to get you to move to sustainable employment. And that is a laudable gesture. Of course, I have said last week, and I think I said it elsewhere, that 13,000 young persons will be leaving permanently the secondary system in July, on top of the 13,000 last July, etc., etc. We can go backwards, and therefore the need to create jobs, I think, is very, very, very crucial. And the administration, through the Prime Minister, has acknowledged that fact. On the crime scene, well, of course, the Prime Minister defended government's use of state of emergency, saying they were declared to protect citizens. And so we declared states of emergency to protect our citizens. The results are already showing. Well, of course, there is a reduction, not satisfactorily, generally speaking, but there is a downward trend across the board, and therefore I think we are in a better place than we were prior to the 28th of April last year. Well, I will take, according to her, I will take an SOE any day, every day. It will keep our citizens safe, keep you safe. She also added the government had repaired 82 police vehicles, leased 50 more, and would soon deploy 30 mobile police posts across the country. So on the question of crime and criminality, because she has said it, and I think it is common sense, that you can make all the money in the world and you're not safe, then you have a serious problem in terms of being able to enjoy it. We'll go for a break in a while, but let me just say that she also said the government had laid 30 bills in Parliament in its first year, calling it one of the most active legislative agendas in recent history. We go for the break. And of course, when we come back, of course, I know that Andy is silent. Well, of course, that is deliberate. He will be joining us momentarily. But we go for the break, and when we come back, more on this edition of the Ground Report.
This mic set up good? Because it's about to get low.
Thursday, April 30th. Lock it in. I'm telling you, next 99.1, Carib, Digicel, we are getting ready to take over the borough. Yes, we're in 14 destination points. It's all about our signature event. Hey, Bad Lime! Guess what we heading? We heading points.
Expect big energy, live performances, and non-stop vibes with the full 99 family. The action kicks off at 7 p.m. Butch's Lounge.
Grab your crew, bring your flag, bring your energy.
The best part, it's free.
Enjoy exclusive drink specials on Carib, Campari, Magnum Tonic Wine, plus epic giveaways from the Digicel family.
For updates and more, follow us on socials at Next 99.1 FM. Pavement Lime Destination Point is powered by
Carib. When the borough comes alive, feel it. Digicel, the bigger, better network. And proudly sponsored by Stamina Energy, rise to the occasion. Blue Waters, life is better with Blue Waters. Campari, embrace the mix. Magnum, vibes for now, vibes for later. And of course, the new class, Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio. Point, we coming!
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Know what that's the sound of? Realizing your friends can help you earn cash with Island Finance. $700? Give it to yourself. $1,400? Give it to yourself. $2,100? Give it to yourself. Just visit islandfinancetrinidad.com and refer a friend to earn $700 for every successful referral. The more friends you refer, the more money you earn. So give yourself some cash with Island Finance. Subject to credit approval, documents verification, and referral program rules.
This isn't just radio. This is your voice, your city, your platform.
Who else?
Talk City 91.1, where the conversation begins. Mornings just got louder, bolder, and more informed. From 6 to 9 a.m., it's the Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith on Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we are back. Time check is just about 30 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And, of course, we continue. Don't forget, of course, the lines are open early. I know that you have a lot to talk about, having regard to what transpired over the weekend, both in terms of politics and in terms of general issues. But, of course, the numbers to call right here at Talk City. 91.1, of course, 622-4911, 622-4911, and we have a WhatsApp number as well, 394-4911, 394-4911, and of course the other numbers to call, which you are very, very familiar with prior to being here, and those are 225-6644, 225-6644, and 239-5120, 239-5120. Of course, the WhatsApp, 366-3053, 366-3053. Don't forget as well, we take your voice notes as well, whichever line that you wish so to deposit your voice notes. Some of the other things that we would have had over the weekend that we should take note of. I see that the accident situation. I think people are too. I wouldn't. Yeah, it has to be. Let me use the word reckless, because 4 deaths over the weekend. 2 I think in Trinidad and 2 in Tobago, and it appears that it's very bosom buddies, so to speak, found themselves in that kind of situation. So please, people, I would want to say, motorists, take your time, especially in situations where you may be having a frolic and you believe that your sense of urgency and your sense of security may be lapsed. Don't lapse. It cannot be. You have to always drive for someone else. It's called defensive driving. So that has occurred. And then we have, of course, some legal matters as well. I understand a teacher got some monies because the Ministry of Education was tardy in terms of retroactively giving a promotion which would have been a concomitant or a commensurate increase in salary, and they failed to do that, and as a result the damages were very punitive as well as general, but I think it is close to 500,000 if I'm not mistaken, and I think we need to look at that as well. I see that something has to, in terms of the court matters, has to deal with the police as well. I think there was a situation where I think the army had to also pay some person that felt that they were unjustly treated. We have a call. Let's go to the line. A pleasant good morning. Welcome to the Ground Report.
Morning to the big good man. morning.
Good morning to you, my friend. I see Miss Lorna. Miss Lorna did inquire of you.
Good morning to me just nice.
Yeah.
Very good man. My problem is I don't know who to be blamed, but somebody will have to be punished for this. I don't know if it's the chairman or whoever. I turn on my TV from 12 o'clock Sunday and Saturday the Christian program. Would you believe TTT government and nothing at all? When I hear about 4 o'clock, I say about be wrong. When I saw again live on NC3 and TV6, but nothing on the government. I don't know who is responsible for that, but somebody has to punish for that. You can have the government station TV and we're watching a program with the Prime Minister addressing what's going on and nothing at all, man. They don't tell me something about that, man.
All right. Well, I'm sure that what you have just complained about would not have fallen on deaf ears. I can assure you, because I know that efforts are being made to be as efficient as possible and as reliable as possible as well. So I'm sure that, but I will convey as well. I will take a note and convey. All right. So anything else they want to discuss? All right, he's gone. All right. Yes, indeed. Of course, the numbers to call, don't forget, right here on Talk City, 622-4911, 622-4911. And, of course, if you want to leave your voice notes, well, then, of course, 394-4911, 394-4911. And you know the numbers that you are familiar with on Andy's side, if you want to call it that, 225-6644, 225-6644. And 239-5120, 239-5120, and WhatsApp on his side would be 366-3053. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome.
Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Andy, director, even Mighty K, wherever he is, and
Yes.
all the listeners. Lennox, you know, a former councillor PNN named Aki Loren.
Yeah. That is the fellow who had to run out of the beatum along with Hines some time ago.
Together with Hines, yeah.
Yes.
Just Hines were a little faster than him.
Yes, by far.
Yeah, Hines, I don't know, but Hines has speed.
Yeah, speed. Yeah.
That man has speed. For a man with a dirty picky ass, he has speed.
I call it hero and hydrodynamics. The man can move fast to bad in water. I don't know if faster than a boat.
Because of a lot of Hines,
Yeah.
we're talking about Fisher Hines.
Yeah, Fisher Hines, yes, the former parliamentary representative for that area.
Was acting attorney general.
Yes. Yes.
And I felt so proud of the youths and them after seeing them kicking the water on him, which I didn't take part in. No, I stand up and I look along and I saw that man running on water. But I want to say,
he did better than Christ.
Aki Loren is UNC now.
Yes, sir? I didn't know that.
Boy, I see Aki Loren in the UNC jersey.
All right.
Up here Saturday.
Well, he got wise. He wised up.
So I said, boy, I don't know. And whoever was paying him money, you see, UNC must stand up with something. And that's for those who feel they could use the UNC. I saw a lot of people come up here and they say they come because they get money to come. I've been playing here.
Yeah. Well, the Prime Minister did say that, that the people who would have sacrificed and were abused for 10 years, she has been witnessing them in her presence, and she wants them to know that she has taken note. So people like you, I'm sure, would not be in that category, because the sacrifice was made all that time on your part. But go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I want to urge the rest of the now thinking people, the PNM supporters, that the doors are open. Doors are open on the UNC side. Not they come and use the UNC, After all, let's suffer people and suffer the country for 10 hard years.
Yeah, boy.
We went through a little tough time in the first year. Hope things get better in this second
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. I'm very optimistic. I can't see it going nowhere else but up. Go ahead. Don't want to interrupt you too much.
Another thing, Lennox.
Mm-hmm.
My matter with French Airlines, I know things keep missing in that Ministry of National Security and missing all over.
They ain't finished yet?
No, it's gone to assizes, it's gone to High Court, and me ain't nothing at all. I know Heinz and them are long, you know.
Yeah, but
I hope he get nobody in the High Court.
But he may not. He made a.
He don't lie on me, you know.
He may not attend court. He may not attend court now that they're out of office.
Heinz said that he heard approximately 150 people cursing him. Telling him about his mother and his dirty ass and how he's a piper. He said people was cursing him, calling him piper.
Remember, we can't talk too much of it because it's in court, so we don't want to.
Yeah, but so I turned and asked him, I said, how many people you heard cursing you? You said approximately 150, 125, approximately now.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, after all those people, he said he made out my voice.
He made out your voice.
Yeah. Well,
that seemed to be another case that is destined for him to lose.
I will call him, because of the political arena, I will call him a political spranger, a political piper. But layman, if I see me in the road right now, I say, Fresh Airlines is a spranger, boy. If I see me in the road right now, I call him a spranger.
All right, so thanks very much. Thanks very much. Of course, we don't want to go too far to create any anxiety among us here. All right, we have another
views or opinions expressed on the ground report are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
All right, good morning. We have another call. All right. Yes, indeed. Of course, Andy will join us momentarily. We just so we will continue, of course, on this side with some of the issues that are at hand. Remember, the lines are open. You have an opportunity because I could talk until tomorrow. So let better make use of this opportunity. Because some people like to call me loquacious and garrulous, my good friend who loves to tease me from time to time. So you have that opportunity now. Yes, there are some other issues that I would want to focus on in the meantime, whilst, of course, we await your respective calls. That is, of course, shot dead at home family alleges execution by police. Another police involved a scenario where, of course, a young man would have died, and of course they said that the police went home by him, and one thing led to the next. The next thing he ended up dying. All right, so we will see how that pans out. Well, analysts UNC would beat PNM again. Well, I did mention that earlier. Regional leaders condemn attack. Well, of course, the Honorable Prime Minister did in fact express her disapproval of the attempt by someone in a function. I think it would have been in the presence of the media. I think it was a media function. And I think Donald Trump was talking about democracy he was going to talk about. And Bram, somebody tried to stifle democracy in that part of the world in Washington. So the Honorable Prime Minister did in fact express her concern. And she said, let me just read that for you. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa said yesterday she prayed for the safety of United States President Donald Trump after a man armed with guns charged a dinner. So there was a situation there with respect to some armed assailant. But let's go to the line. A pleasant good morning. Welcome.
Good morning to the mighty Lennox himself, man.
Yes, man.
To the ground report,
Yes.
And good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and the Honorable Prime Minister. Lennox, that meeting for the Saturday gone there, boy, it was nice. And you know, the Prime Minister said Trinidad and Tobago is going to win. Brighter days ahead with the government, because, you know, people were saying have the differences and all these things, but she was talking about the things that she has delivered so far.
Yes.
You know, yes, those 42% decrease in murder rates, it's still having crime, but it has premeditated mischief where they cannot really stop plenty people doing these things, and they're creating crime.
But you observe the theme. The theme is better days are coming.
Better days are coming, man. And look, these few things, what she implemented, the stand your ground, the 30% decrease in serious crime, police deployed in schools. For years, we asked them why it have law enforcement didn't come in schools because children fighting children, they come into school with weapons and all these kind of things. We've seen also we did get a decrease in the gasoline, right? That is a very good thing. With the new top chief of defense staff, with the head of defense force was appointed, right? We see recently, God bless the country, with this $3.2 billion profit in NGC. We see 18,000 laptops with this you was about to the school children and multiple other issues. This is a good thing, you know. Lennox, this is why I call in also, because all hands, the Honorable Prime Minister, all hands on deck. This is why I call in for the rocket team to be on board to push this country forward. We have to move forward with this rocket, boy, I'm telling you. But God is great. That will be coming up. It's a different chapter. You know, I want to say this is a serious thing here, boy. This assassination, this second assassination to Donald Trump, boy. And I see, you know, Ms. Cook, the fellow who did execute her husband. She started to cry, boy. It was real sad. I know that lady was feeling traumatized, boy. Mm-hmm. And you know, these things is serious things. They shouldn't do that, man. Yeah. Mr. Trump he stay with his promise, and what he promised in his campaign trail, he's delivering goods and services to the people. This Honorable Prime Minister here, she means to deliver goods and services to the people. She have a track record. She always keeps the track record and to deliver. I want to say also good morning to the First Lady, Miss Melinda. That's because I think she birthday was yesterday. We have so much at things. Let us all work together to move this country forward. Some people just want to destabilize it. But I look on and listening to the massive ground report.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have another call. Right. Of course, Dr. Bishnu Raghunath, political scientist, he made a very poignant or very, what I consider to be sensible and sensitive statement. He said a political analyst says Trinidad and Tobago has effectively aligned itself with the United States, driven by security concerns and economic interests, such as access to Venezuelan gas, even as it maintains occasional independent positions. So that statement by itself belies and, of course, shows that the opposition and the opposition leader in particular is out of sync with what is happening. Because here it is, she has given, of course, the government 3 out of 10 grade. And then she went on to say that here it is that Venezuela has designated the Prime Minister persona non grata. And yet still they are now looking, of course, to trump up a delegation to go to Venezuela, etc. And I thought that was a bit inconsistent with what the chronology or the history that would have led to that change in position. Because, yes, all of us knew that Trinidad and Tobago's position under the PNM was to align itself with the Maduro and Venezuela administration. And everybody would have known. I don't know if the opposition leader would have known that, but the way how she spoke is as if that factor did not exist, and that is that Venezuela was sanctioned to the core. In fact, the then leader Maduro was sanctioned to such a degree that a bounty was on his head for $25 million, and therefore one would have expected that the administration then, in those circumstances, would have at least take a middle ground position. But what the PNM under Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young did is take a biased position of supporting Maduro and Venezuela, and found themselves, every time they tried to seek Trinidad and Tobago's gas and oil interests as far as the cross-border arrangement is concerned, they constantly failed because everything was dependent on the United States. Here it is, the circumstances has changed. The opposition leader is not mentioning that. What she is simply saying, she's taking it from the point of view that the Dragon gas deal was dead at a time when the Maduro administration was at odds, or put another way, the United States was at odds with the Venezuelans, and therefore all of the licensing and so on would have been difficult to get that, or to execute whatever Trinidad and Tobago would have benefited from. Here it is, the circumstances has changed dramatically, and yet still the opposition is in a kind of nostalgic, a kind of stuck in a paradigm paralysis, without understanding that since the circumstances has changed and the new administration, inclusive of the new administration, have decided to hitch their wagons to the United States. Now these things are coming to fruition, things that could not have materialized when the circumstances was the opposite one, and when the PNM and the leadership was in government, and that is the reality today.
Well, I'm asking
today. Oh, sorry about that, Andy. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always saying they're correct. I and all agree with everything you're saying, but between me and you think the people, the majority of the voters out there really and truly want to hear that? Even if you're pounding it down their throat, you really feel the average voter want to hear all of that? You really feel Lennox Smith, the average voter want to hear, well, the children going to get back laptops? I just asking you, use a 11 till man, you. You really feel Lennox Smith, the people want to hear how much legislations have been, the average voter? The average voter? They want to hear all of this?
Yeah, because
all right, you continue.
It is better than you have an optimism than you have none at all. Suppose the situation was still as it was.
People don't want to hear about optimism, partner. Them don't want to hear that. What they want to hear is where the next meal coming from, partner. It is what it is.
I understand that as well. So, but the reality is that there is optimism, as opposed. Suppose it was further pessimism. Suppose you didn't know where the next meal coming from for Trinidad and Tobago. What you think the situation would have been with these very people that you are saying that don't want to hear that? But let's go for the break, and when we come back, more.
Hey Trisha, I ain't seen you in a while. How business going?
Boy, business real slow these days, you know, and advertising expensive.
You for real? You ain't hear about SBP?
What is that?
Small Business Package. You can advertise your business on radio. They cater for your budget.
You serious?
Yes, girl. Them fellows are Next 99.1, Sweet 100.1, and Talk City 91.1. Real bigging up your thing.
What? No way. Tell me where, when, and how.
Call 622-4141. That number is 622-4141. And for more information, you can email tttsales@ttt.co.tt.
I heading down Marfal Road now. That's something too good to be true.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, or what doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Every morning begins with a story. The headlines you need.
The voices you trust. The conversations shaping our nation. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today, where your day starts informed and inspired. News that matters to you. Conversations that spark new ideas. Stories that move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Tune in weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. or join the conversation on any smart device at TNT Today Show. Trinidad and Tobago Today. Start here, exclusively on TTT.
Tune in to Beyond the Limits with Roland Stewart on Talk City 91.1 FM, Mondays to Thursdays from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. A powerful talk show exploring real stories, challenges, and triumphs of persons living with disabilities, including amputations, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, intellectual disabilities, and more. Beyond the Limits, changing perspectives, breaking barriers, and giving voice beyond disability.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
We are back.
The Ground Report with Mandy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Go ahead, Lennox Smith. I'm here trying to make the lines are open. Eh? Yeah, the people know where you think they want to need to hear. So wait till here you think that they have to hear. Which always saying that the people don't know all of that, you know. Remember I tell you the people don't know what's me? The majority of the voters, they don't know all of that. But go ahead, they want to hear about the opposition, this and that and that and that and that. Go ahead. You got opposition in power. Go ahead. But because don't matter what, as you say, they talk about the radar and you may take it, the government had to do what they had to do, and it was successful. The thing over it go, people don't want to hear about what the opposition, there's somebody saying. And radar there, all right, and the radar go on, and then the opposition saying, well, where the radar go on now? Why will they didn't leave it? People don't want to hear all of that. But you go ahead now.
Well, why would you draw that conclusion when the opposition is speaking about it? Are you saying that the people don't want to hear what the opposition is saying?
What the people
asking.
What the people want to hear is what the government have to see. The opposition right now is irrelevant. Just like how UNC was irrelevant back then, when PNM was in power for the last 10 years. And the same UNC opposition was saying all kind of things that going on, and the media nobody in business. We was hearing, many of us was knowing what going on, many of us was waiting for when that time reached, but the PNM government did what they had to do because everybody was focused on the PNM. Right now, the focus will be on the government itself.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, you want to put that in the category of skepticism. That is obvious. My position is, and I think a lot of people have a similar position, that this opposition, first and foremost, has a machinery that clearly is aided and has an unfair advantage because of traditional media, one. And two, I nestle that in the fact that when, for example, the boat, that vessel that was supposed to be a war vessel came to Port of Spain, people were in fact going to, on the behest of the opposition, going to the groceries and looking to buy water and so on and stock up for a water cup, you know. So therefore, I will not dismiss that. That must be part and parcel of the discussion. And if people are listening to the government, then and they are observing what is happening in the country economically and otherwise, then they would have to draw the inescapable conclusion that things could only get better. It cannot go on as the way that it has started, so to speak.
All right, but let me take this one call after you're done there.
Yes.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Morning, Lennox. Morning, Andy. Morning, Snipes.
Good morning.
And Andy,
Good morning.
I want to agree with you. Nobody want to hear about the PNM. We want to know now what the government of Trinidad and Tobago, which is the UNC, is going to do for the people. The PNM can't do nothing for we again but all talk, you know. That is why everybody's watching. We can't go back on the PNN, the PNM. You see Rowley there, Rowley having playing golf and thing. He don't care what's going on, right? We need to know what the government now is going to do for the people. I agree with you, Andy. Forget about the opposition. Them going to talk and old talk, right? And Lennox, another thing. That thing you're talking about, the gas, the dragon gas. Remember when the UNC came in, they were studying is the dragon dead, the dragon dead, the dragon dead. So they come like they're eating their vomit now. Because right there, they had to go back and they can't go in Venezuela.
I disagree with you.
No,
150%.
Lennox, when we go back, it have all the records when the government came in.
Well, let me make a point now, Lennox. Let me make a point.
Yeah, listen now, Lennox, yeah.
Because they are recordings. Because the man have a different opinion to you. Let him talk and then you go comment your opinion. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, so when back then, I just say circumstance, back then, when people were pleading and saying, oh gosh, don't say the dragon now because that's what we need. Same thing, we're going back to it. That's what we need. Now what happened? The Prime Minister, whoever can't go in Venezuela yet, we can't get a delegation to go in Venezuela yet. I mean, it come in. But right now, Shell and BP and them negotiating everything for themselves. We need nothing about Trinidad and Tobago, and we sit down here hoping that everything pull through. Why we had to sit down and hope that thing pull through? We supposed to know things pulling through. We had a hope, and 2027, yes, we get something that Shell say we're looking, but they need to do, the government need to pull up their socks and need to go, they have to need to get on and go and deal with Venezuela and the proper, let bygones be bygones, face them, whether they get rejected or not, but the government had to sit down and face them. Face Venezuela on and on for we to get this thing going and not hoping. Right? Thanks, gentlemen.
Right. So you have concluded that the circumstance is different. That is why they could go to Venezuela. That's why you are admonishing them. You are begging them to go to Venezuela. My information is that those things are in fact happening, and that because of the position that this government took with respect to the Americans, and therefore once the Americans is in their favor, why do you think Chevron is here? Why do you think Exxon is here? You think they're here by accident? But we have a call. Oh, sorry, we have to go for the news, and when we come back, more.
Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Concerns have been raised about a multi-million US dollar financing arrangement tied to the Port of Spain waterfront, following the findings in the 2025 Auditor General's report on the public accounts of TNT, which was laid in the Parliament on Friday. According to Auditor General Jaiwanti Ramdas, a US $500 million loan was secured by Port of Spain Waterfront Development Limited through UMB Bank NA, with repayment linked to a 30-year sublease involving the Office of the President. The 2025 report notes that while the loan is not recorded as government debt, it is being repaid using public funds, creating what is described as an indirect financial obligation and potential risk to transparency. However, the Office of the President has strongly rejected claims circulating on social media suggesting wrongdoing. In a statement on Saturday, the office said any attempt to portray President Christine Kangaloo or the presidency as responsible for the transaction is wholly improper, emphasizing that the president acts only in accordance with the Constitution and on the advice of cabinet or relevant ministers. The office says it will issue further statements if necessary as more facts emerge. In other news, Deputy Political Leader of the United National Congress and Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jerlene John, presented a report outlining the work carried out by her ministry over the past 12 months. She was speaking at the United National Congress's 37th anniversary celebration, marking the party's first year in office. The Deputy Political Leader said in the past year, several projects were launched and delivered.
So to date, in the ministry since I've been here, we have completed over 2,055 patches. You want to know what the hell the PNM was doing all the time? Mashing up your car. We have deployed 953 tons of hot mix asphalt. And then we are working very closely with the Water and Sewage Authority in areas including Tumpuna Road, SSE Road. We're patching because them road getting you seasick. We are repairing, all right, in the short term. because the people of this country should not have to endure bad roads because government agencies cannot coordinate.
Infrastructure projects were also prioritized as the administration focused on strengthening roads, public facilities, and key services nationwide.
So within just 1 year, we have completed over 83 road infrastructure projects spanning roadway maintenance, slope stabilization, completed works including the SS Erin Road, Bridge, Sambuco Extension Road. Man, just look around. The Ministry of Works and Infrastructure is on every street corner.
Minister John pledged on behalf of her colleagues to remain hands-on in delivering results for citizens. In sport now, Trinidad and Tobago national cyclist Nicholas Paul enjoyed another successful tournament, winning silver in the men's individual sprint at the UCI Track World Cup in Nalil, Malaysia on the third and final day. Paul began the day on a positive note with an impressive second-place finish in the qualifiers in 9.964 seconds. In the final, Paul went toe-to-toe against five-time Olympic gold medalist Harry Lavrison, but narrowly missed out on a gold medal finish. That result sees Paul finish the games with a sprint silver, Karen bronze, and a fourth-place finish in the men's team sprint. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. After the break, Famala comes back with hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Women are a quiet strength the world leans on, the hands that holds everything together, and the heart that keeps on giving, even when they're tired. And it's time for us to celebrate that. I'm Yashamani, your host of Majestic Makeover, the series which uplifts and transforms the lives of everyday women who've carried so much for so long. In this season, we're looking for women like these, women who have endured, women who survived, women who keep on going, no matter what. A woman who's lost a loved one and finds the strength to go on. A survivor of crime who refused to be broken. A woman over 70 who gives to her family and the community every single day. A survivor of serious illness who continues to live with hope and courage. A physically challenged woman living fully with dignity and determination. These are the stories we want to honor. Do you know her? Nominate her. Let's celebrate her. Send us 2 brief paragraphs which briefly states who she is, your relationship to her, and why she deserves this journey. As well, send us your contact information. Send it to majesticmakeover@tt@gmail.com. Because remember, every woman needs to feel majestic. Majestic Makeover Season 3, right here on TTT.
From now until May 31st, double the deals and double the possibilities with Eastern Credit Union's Dream Deals.
Fill your future with dream deals. Borrow smart. Dream bigger. Feel the freedom. Renovations. Education. Clear debts. Start investing. Double deal combos on your vision. No stressing. Fill your future with dream deals. Borrow smart. Dream bigger.
Get a loan for repairs, education, or both. You can win cash and shares. Dream Deals from Eastern Credit Union, leading the way. Loan subject to approval. Normal lending criteria and special conditions apply. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before. A brand new era of talk radio is here.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy. We are back. Time check. It's approximately 7 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. You're surely the pitbull of radio. Lennox Smith, Director Snipes, in studio. Can't be I say all of that to say that people want to, all right, yes, you must talk about the opposition and where the thing with it go. But people really don't want to hear that much. All right, let me tell you where it is I want to hear, which some of the things that need to be pinpointed out. As the Honorable Kamala Prasad says on a Saturday mentioned, that was not highlighted the way it was supposed to be highlighted, but it's just PNM, opposition. You don't want to hear that. It's that 11 contracts. Yeah. So you the working class people, you the masons, you the carpenters, you the technical drawers, you the vendors, you the hardwares, yeah, you the laborers. So what I see here to you, all of you that I call here, that will heat up the economy a little bit. The government gets some problems with dealing with that aspect. The procurement legislator shut down that. It would have $3.4 billion coming in your economy. Many employment. But for now, that thing down, where the government will try to put that back on track. But the most important thing that was mentioned too, to all of you out there that don't want to hear about the politician, or don't want to hear about the opposition, or they want to hear where the next meal coming from, and how soon it come in, and when it come in.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
So I'll only mention your position on one occasion on this explanation to you hungry people out there. Your position caused that to shut down. They're going through a proper sequence to make sure that everything was above board. But here what was nice about that need to be talked about plenty. That money, because again, the next thing the government mentioned, that have not been talk about plenty, it have no money. She said it in various ways, it broken, we have no money. It have no money. So what going on is, those 11 contractors that the PNM making squad rules about, them paying out their own money. Yes, they paying out their own money. So if the procurement legislator them could organize and do their work fast, which they will see everything was above board, because these 11 contractors paid out their own money, because they could take the money and go Guyana and build those houses for Guyanese and give Guyanese 15,000-20,000 Guyanese tradesmen and laborers work, and vendors and hardwares go boom. But they stay here and wanting to invest, and it is shut down at this point in time until further notice. I'd have liked the opposition to give us an idea, because why the procurement, not the opposition but the government, because why the procurement legislator at the end of the day only showing their power now. When the PNM was in power, the procurement legislator shut down nothing. And PNM never let them, when them could have bombed them out of much when Munal Lal Chan was there. They could have bombed them out of much and want whatever the government had to do, the government go forward and do it. So I'd have loved the government to be able to tell us, all the Masons, hey, we giving the procurement legislator 2 weeks to a month to check to make sure everything was above board. And if the procurement legislator go recant on that PNM propaganda that they bring, well then we will be going through to make sure people want to hear that we start those housing developments. Over 200 and something thousand people are waiting houses. It will be a boom. The economy will heat up. And plenty people will be employed. That is one. That the people will. Yeah. So then I will ask you all now, How soon you all will want this housing boom to start? When the key back of the procurement legislator commission them. How soon you all will want that project to start up? Should the government wait too long? Waiting on the PNM procurement legislator them? Or should they give them a 2 weeks, a month and start the ball rolling? We hungry! We hungry!
Bang, 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 bang.
I'll start with that one. It has some other nice strong point again that she mentioned when it comes to hope. And watch my co-host face. Chin, hand on his chin. And he thinking there and he gonna come with some kind of dazzle thing. So let us know. Because that is why I want to pump in all the head. Hope! Not the opposition, them no. Alright. The procurement legislator don't shut down that. Alright. How soon you all want and pressing on the government to get things kicking off? Especially if they know things above board, because obviously things have to be above board. Lennox Smith mentioned that everything is above board. I don't know if you want to add it to some, but the lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. The voice notes.
The lines are open. The lines are open. I was wondering for a minute there, my friend, if you got up on the wrong side of the bed, because you have said nothing different to what I've said. You have to wait. Good times are coming. And of course, we were outlining the good times that are ahead. What we cannot say, we know it is not too long. What we can't say is if it's tomorrow or if it's the next day. But certainly, all of the indicators, as you have concurred and agreed, things are going to get better. Can't get worse. Has to get better. So I was wondering what side of the bed you get up this morning, because to say that people don't want to hear that, and of course then you went and tell them exactly what was being said. So I want to make sure that we are on the right page. With respect, of course, to the situation with Venezuela, I want to say again that we have to be able.
We have a call. Hold 1 minute. We have a call.
Oh yeah, we have a caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
Mikey, Nigel, and to everybody there. Andy, my first on the agenda is I want to send my condolences to the family of Sadro Mohammed. Well, who don't know Sadro don't want to know Sadro. Sadro passed away yesterday morning after a short illness and well, now he's with the Lord. And I want to say, eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and let the perpetual light shine upon him. May he rest in peace. And as he put his footprints with glory, everyone will know his name and will write a story. Condolences to the family. Now, Andy, you said something there this morning. You came out very vociferous. You came out of there like a real raging bull, right? You remind me of Chris Tambu Herbert's song. Okay? Now, Andy, when we forget the past, we are doomed to repeat it. We have an opposition now that acted as though they were sitting on the righteousness throne, on the right hand of God. They did nothing wrong. And as you rightly said there just now, right? They were Hongnen Monilal Lalcha, the last procurement regulator. We haven't heard a word about this new one. Now, okay, she's right. If you want to check everything, go right ahead. Checks and balances, no problem with that, right? But don't hold back. Don't hold back the production of anything here. And Andy, we saw this weekend, Ken Ali wrote an article exposing another issue with the Auditor General, with Camille Robinson Regis in her tenure as housing minister. Monies that were allocated for the national housing were used to pay God in heaven knows why. No houses were built. At least that is what I gathered from the article. I don't know if Lennox read it. I don't know if you read it, right? And I'm sure somebody else out there read it, right? We cannot ignore these things because we heard how Camille was getting on when they say they were going to build houses with this $3.5 billion. You would swear that they were thieving the money, right? But you see, people judge others by their own actions, right? By their own actions. Now we are hearing, right, before this issue with Camille about the president approving. Now, under the Constitution, I think in section 8 or something like that, I'll get it, 81, right? She is okay, right? A minister can advise her, well, look, approve this or whatever. But the big question that we wanted to know, she did not say that the article is lying. She said it's scurrilous, it's scandalous. She used all the S words. But we want to know, who was the cabinet minister that asked you to approve it? Was it the former prime minister? Was it the former prime minister? Inquiring minds want to know. You can't just come here as the president and try to brush it off. When the history is there, how much briefs and everything your husband, your brother, your family get from the state. So don't come now and pretend that it's otherwise. We want to know which cabinet minister acted under cabinet authority advised you to make that deal. So you see, Andy, why we can't let some of these things pass. We can't let it pass. Because under the now opposition, they're only talking about when you're spending taxpayers' money. Well, here what? We are spending taxpayers' money. We spend taxpayers' money, and now we want an account for it. And Andy, all this is coming out of the Auditor General's report. I thank you for listening to me, and I'll come back with my second burner. Take care.
Thank you very much. Let's continue.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody in chat. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Andy, Snipe, and everybody else who's locked on Trinidad and Tobago. From Florida. Right now, I am in Laredo, Texas. I'm close to Mexico border. Drop something by the border. Anyway, Andy, I agree with you 100%. People are wondering where they will get the next meal coming, where they get the next job, like children. I understand. And Lennox, you're also right. People need laptop, people need education, people need, different things to move forward. We all understand that. You are right. But most important thing is what's going on here is not nice over here night. Things are very rough. And it's paid $1,200, almost $1,200 to full my tank. 175 gallon tank. Almost $1,200. Thing is not right. Thing is not right. And everybody's saying looking for me. They don't want to hear nothing. Looking for what they could get. And I feel for you all, it's more rough out there, people have a job. Doesn't know where the meal coming from. People eating, I bet you people eating bread and butter. I've been through that. I've been through that kind of life, and I know what it's like. And I feel for you all. I know what it's like. And it's very sad, Andy, all right, Andy. You on the ground, you know what's going on. I know Lennox, right, to be in a different educational stuff. But anyway, Andy, that's all I have to say. All other things are said, but I ain't say. All right, so I just make it that. All right, Mickey.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Ground Report Patriots. Just wondering why no former ministers of the PNM, friends and families have been charged for corruption or any charges linked to. Is it because the president in office has the power to pardon anyone before she leaves office? Thank you.
Hi, Andy. I just wanted you to know I'm doing fine after that attack on me by that terrorist, Cole Thomas Allen, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. This guy was a anti-Christian hater and a very sick guy with his radical beliefs. I was never worried about anything because I knew my boys at the Secret Service had everything under control. One of my Secret Service agents took a shot to the chest, but I'm thankful to God his bulletproof vest saved his life. I want all these radicals to know I'm not backing down from my fight anywhere in the world, and I will take the fight to them on both land and sea. So we all got to deal with me. Okay. I want to thank Prime Minister Kamala and her government for her kind words of encouragement towards myself and First Lady Melania. Appreciate all the prayers and support from the good people of Trinidad and Tobago that are not supporters of the PNM. Anyway, Andy, have yourself a great day, my friend, and let's all try and be safe out there today, people.
Let's go to the number for the mark for today, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. After that, we're going to take a break. What was those marks on Friday, Mr. Snipes? What played? And then let's get on for the marks of the day. Sunday going here, I said the 14 might have played. Me ain't know, but let's see. Oh boy. Let's hear the Snipes.
All right, so I'm just getting them together for you.
Yes. So get ready, Trinidad and Tobago. Today's Monday after Saturday's big meeting. Thousands of people. A lot of rain. Where's that? That is what? Rain is what? 18? A lot of people. Where's that? Crowd. A lot of tears. Where's crying? A lot of hope. Where's hope? A lot of truth. Where's truth? Let's play
so
it. Go ahead.
On Friday last, we chose 14 money. That was from our callers. 29 Opium Man, 17 Pigeon, 6 Belly. And your capiche on that day was 25. At 10:30 a.m., we had number 11, Kobo. At 1 p.m., we had 24, Queen. At 4 p.m., we had 26. And at 7 p.m., we had the number 7.
Wait, that man real smart, boy. The man, the 25 I picked. The man come 24. The man come 26. I should have seen the man would have been a smart man and tell all you one time, here it is. Don't play the 25. The 25 is the capiche. Say catch the man. Play one before and one after. And all that rain real money. But we go catch them today. Oh my God. 4 calls, 4 marks. Lennox Smith. I mean, while you see any mark or any capiche that you that you might be able to.
Well, I saw showers of blessings. You know, I'm an eternal optimist. So I see showers of blessings, I think, for Trinidad and Tobago. So therefore, anything that is associated with blessings, I would encourage that. Yes.
But where's the mark for that, for blessings and all? Yeah, you just seen showers of blessing, just so? And you ain't want to tell me, well, what make you see that?
Because it exists. You didn't see it? Or put another way, you didn't feel it and see it? Well, boy, boy, I don't know.
Boy, oh my God, Lennox, you're good, you're good. All right, so let me know where showers are blessing. Lennox seen shower a blessing. Plenty blessing. We're seeing real money. Everybody gonna make real money just now.
Oh yes. And therefore, you never could tell the mark that you're mining so long might well materialize. Good morning. We lost that one. Yes, of course. Give us your mark for the day. Don't forget, of course, it's courtesy NLCB, the company that loves to give money. So, but just make sure and buy your ticket so you'll have a chance to make some money. And of course, you'll get the capiche right here from Andy and from your 4 calls with respect to the.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Mark
What's your
you
mark
would like.
for the day? Lennox seen plenty blessings, but that's real man marks people have plenty to pick from. Because you see rain, you see showers are blessings, which is money.
Andy, listen.
Go ahead.
My mark for today is 22. Andy, even if mine is 25, 25 play Saturday.
Yeah, play this Saturday. 25 play this Saturday. But I mind it. I did. Remember, I always tell them.
You mind it?
Yeah, remember, I always tell them the mark where if Ole catch it the same day, Ole will catch it the next day.
You can send me 100.
I only played for $5. That is $140 something.
What kind of man I told you that mine dog and all kind of thing. What kind of thing
my friend, if he did play for 100, he would have said 5.
Oh boy, next caller. Morning. So we have 122 rats.
Andy, I like 15.
15? Why I like 15 and what is 15?
15 is Sicko Man. I like 15 this morning. I like it pretty holy. Remember, I tell her I get 25 and they come in like the next day 25.
Oh, so the 15 is sick. Sick woman because
Sicko
what?
Man.
People get wet in the rain
Yeah,
and plenty people get up sick this morning?
I like 15 Sicko Man. Have a blessed day, my brother. I'm Santa Cruz, have a blessed day. But Lennox Smith all have a blessed day.
He ain't clear that one for me. All right, Lennox, why you feel it? He like sick woman where people get wet and get up with a cold or something?
Well, it may not be medical.
Oh, it might be.
It could be other than that.
They sick off all the goodies that going to happen just now. Yeah, real thing going to happen just now. Better days are coming.
So some men like sick women.
All right, I 15, so 2 more to go, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me know,
Yes,
Lambs.
indeed, 2 more to go. Yes, good morning. What's your mark?
Morning.
Yes.
26, crowd.
26.
Crowd over the.
But you going back with that 26, boy? And they play that 26, when they play that 26? Friday? I wonder.
Yeah, but I'm coming back right now.
Well, the 14 play at all, why? Like yesterday?
Nah, but the 14 come here, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me go with the
26
14.
is foul.
Huh?
Let me go with the 14.
You go with the 14 instead?
Yeah.
All right, so play the man the 14 day very snipes. You say forget about that 26. So that 26 ain't gonna come back. Right. That crowd done went and gone.
Nah, that come back by.
Not now, that later this evening, later on the week. The 14, the money had to come first. The crowd done went. When the crowd go, the crowd money had to come to the crowd now. Yeah, 14 man, right. So far we are 3. One more Trinidad and Tobago.
One more.
Yes, one more.
Good morning. Yes, what's your mark? Hello?
Morning.
Hello?
Oh, I thought all that.
All right, yes, go ahead, caller. Morning, what's your mark?
Oh, God.
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Sorry about that. I'm going back with the 14,
14.
All right. 14. So we get 14 twice.
Because 14 had to come, boy. Nah, boy. It was a $2 or $5, some kind of thing, because I ain't seen money. In my second morning, tell some hard-working ministers, those who bring in money in the oil and gas industry, like Honorable Dr. Munilal, my lady,
Let me ask you something. The people down there was because I know you was down there, they was really, really happy. They didn't have nothing, and the better days are coming, and they was cool with that, eh?
Yeah, but people said from on the ground you're hearing, little sentiment echoing, and people are saying that they suffer for 10 years and more. Some say they suffer for 45 years, but they never get nothing below the PNL. And I saw a lot of Lavantarians, a lot of people from Lavantil, like Paula Rose. When you get the proposition, if you get the Paula Rose,
hey, not too long. Remember they play with Mark.
Young sister, that young lady, sell a cost PNM, eh?
All right.
Yeah, we giving this government all we can give them. Yeah, and everything was terrific.
All right.
Yes, a little rain. I mean, people couch up shelter, enough tents.
All right.
We'll have a chance to express.
All right, thank you. Let me take one on this side here. So we have 3 so far. 14 is one out of the 3 that we already have so far because somebody done say 14, so we take somebody else.
Yes, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, we're looking for one more.
One more.
Well, like 36.
36?
Yeah, there's my nephew birthday. He's 63.
Say, your nephews are donkey or something?
No, his birthday is 63, so he said that I want to 36. Andy?
Oh, he's 63, so he turned wrong, right? So it's for a different reason. But according to the stats, well, of course, is donkey, but she did not say it for in reference to donkey. He is 63 today, so she turned it wrong.
And I dream 15.
And you dream 15 too?
Yeah, I dream 15. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure people will be taking notes, but we could only take 4.
All right. So one more marker, morning caller.
That's it.
Good morning. Good morning, Andy.
Your mark now, Andy.
Yeah. But what you want? This caller was waiting here, so let me hear.
Good morning to the one and only Snipes, and we have Mikey Kills. Good morning, Gong reporters. Andy, you know why I like this morning, boy?
What?
I be in this honest, I was good man, I didn't get you.
What?
I been real honest with you, right? 7 this morning, you know.
All right, 7. All right, that's you. Next one, morning caller. What you like?
Good morning, Andy. I didn't really call for. Is it okay if I make a contribution?
Yeah. Make a contribution. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. So, we will go with the Capiz mark 7. No, you see that 7 thing, boy. I feel honestly, you see that belly? With all that belly, that's 6. 6. I go with 6 because you see how he says 7. I go in one before. I also go 6 or 8 because he says 7. That could every man do my Friday.
I'm taking 6 on my chart.
Right, 6. Yeah. I ain't gonna go this 7. I'll go with 6. Right.
Okay.
So thank you so much. Hold on here, caller. Let me just thank you so much to NLCB, the company that love to give money. Let's hear those marks, Snipes.
Okay, so the marks go as follow. We have 22 rat, 15 sick woman, 26 that was changed to 14 money, and 36 donkey. And this capiche for the day is 6.
Nice. So caller, you will have to hold on for at least 3 minutes. We go for and then you'll make a contribution. You see, we still keep you on, so you'll be on. We go for a quick break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Ground Report. We'll be back. I will hold for your caller.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact TN-Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact TN-Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At TN-Tech, safety is our priority. TN-Tech, the power to make it work.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services future is safe with us.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news, real stories in real time. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked. Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Nice, we are back. Trinidad and Tobago time check. It's at 38 minutes past your 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. What's your contribution in the number one program this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. And what's his name? Nigel, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Right. Good morning. Andy, I was coming to say hello to you guys on Saturday, but I didn't bother to come to the backstage. I actually went home because the rain was falling too much and I couldn't get wet because I get sick pretty quick.
Okay.
Anyway, Andy, I have to agree with you. I listen to this program all the time. I have to agree with you as a lot, right? And I understand where Lennox is coming from. He's explaining everything, whatever.
Ah, boy. Watch. Before you continue, I'm happy that you're not skewing my message. It's not that I don't agree with what Lennox is saying. It's not what Lennox is saying. It's not the truth and everything. But what I'm trying to tell people is people don't want to hear that. And I want to send the message. And that's what I was doing. Of what the hope is. Hey, earlier, the boom going and come just now. Hey, there's what keeping me back. Hey, and the government at least always say, well, we looking to see how long they're going to take.
Correct.
Let the people know when they're going to get money. That's what I want to know. That is all.
Correct. Because what is going on is that if you out here and you're on the ground, Lennox, you're a ground man too, and you're on the ground, because I deal with everybody, Andy. I deal with everybody. I deal from the smallest man to the biggest man in Trinidad. And let me tell you something. You're hearing the ground rumbling, and the ground is rumbling because, they 10 years they dealt with it. They felt like we were in slavery for 10 years. And they feel like they're out of that slavery now. So they are looking to hear what it is this government has for them to get them to a place where at least we could breathe. Because we can't breathe as yet. We still ain't breathing as we want to, right? Because we have to remember there's no money there, right? And Auntie Kamala is fighting to get that and put the economy, settle us. But people don't want to know nothing about the PNM. People give up on them. People don't have time for them, right? People want to know what is our next step. How do we stand with the government to go forward? What is the next step? Because people need jobs. They need money. They need to have them families. Especially, it's not even the class man. You see the ground man, the man on the ground, he's the one feeling everything, But at the same time, they have to give Auntie Kamala a chance. Rome wasn't built in a day. Nobody didn't build a house in a day, right? So what I'm saying is that, Andy,
so what it is you're technically saying is we agree to disagree with everybody. Lennox correct, the opposition and all correct, but take time away from just talking. The government and all correct, but at this point, take time away from talking because all in power now. From PNM this, PNM that, PNM, give me reminders. But concentrate on giving the people hope on when. The people want to know when. When they hear more talk about the opposition this, opposition that, opposition this, and they're not hearing nothing about, boy.
Listen, I am not talking because I'm talking because this is what I hear the man on the ground saying, right? They don't want to hear that because they already dealt with them and they already had enough heartache with them. So they don't need to hear about them. They want to hear where we going forward from now. They want to hear about the gas deal. They want to know when is the next boom. That is what Trinidad wants to know. And the man on the ground, when you talk to him, because I talk to a lot of people, and you just listen to them, and that is what they're saying. So Andy, when I listened to you this morning, you are making a lot of sense. You are.
Boy, like for instance, when they talk about the housing and the procurement legislation, beat on that, say, well, why, one contractor was building this, so they've created X amount of jobs. This would have happened. Beat on the positive things. They had not stressed on the positive things much. understand the bread and butter. What people want to hear is jobs. They should have stressed on that. And as soon as we get this procurement legislator to organize and this thing pass, we looking at these contractors looking at from next 2 months to get booming. So I can see 15,000 of you will be starting to work, including laborers. From September coming, stick to them thing. But I remember I chop it. Them as the bright people. I don't know why he's saying. Them right. I wrong.
Andy, let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with who has a master's, who has a degree, who has a PhD. Let me tell you something. The man on the ground is not a stupid person. You see common sense? Common sense is before book sense, right? But anyway, what I'm saying is that the government is doing a great job. I agree with them. I support them 100. Straight down. What do you say? Straight down till we lie down? Yes. I support my Kamala, my Auntie Kamala. I always call her Auntie Kamala because I have that respect for her. I always look at her as the mother of the nation. And I am just saying that we want to hear what is next for the people and what we don't want to hear about the opposition all the time. We will hear about the opposition. They have to be, everything has to come up again, but we want to know what we're moving forward with. Anyway, Andy, I am now reached over to my office here. I have to go. You'll have a great day.
All right, thank you very much. Lennox Smith, understand, again, it's not hold on, let me boy, call's coming in quick. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, caller. Listen to your phone. Go ahead, talk.
Morning, Andy. Andy, we curling, we have to look to make money and all kind of thing like that. And Inboat gone with $3 billion, right? Ringboat gone with $3 billion. Alwari gone with $2 billion. See, Rohan Sinanan gone with $2 billion. Why they don't lock up these people and get back with money for we? Well, go talk for Rowley. He must be seeing down in about $5 billion.
Right, and I see like how you talk there. Here is the first thing the people going and say. We don't want to hear that because no politician is going to get locked up.
How they are getting locked up?
Again, it's not Andy Williams saying, I'm being a devil advocate. This is what the people are saying. We don't want to hear that because no politician is going to get locked up. Look how long and nobody locked up yet. That's what the people saying.
If they check their bank account, them can work for this money, boy, them have they boy. Check that short man, boy, that man sit down with $5 billion.
All right, well then the people on the ground saying, well then if you are all evidence and all them are all the money, how none of them get locked up yet?
But where the government could do that. Them have the authority to
again, the government don't have the power to lock up nobody. It's the commissioner of police and the DPP.
All right, boy, Andy, boy.
All right, let me go to the next call. Morning caller.
Andy, good morning, man.
Good morning.
I like Lennox haircut, man. Lennox have a wonderful haircut day. Nobody can tell him about that yet. Yeah, Andy, nobody could deny that the UNC have done well for the first year in office.
They're doing very well.
Brilliant, right? But there are things to be done. And it will be done in due course. Remember, the oil refinery was the bloodstream of the economy. And when that closed down, the reason why many of the roads still have holes and whatnot is because the material is to get from the refinery, from the oil that is used to put in the pitch. We have to import all of that, and all of that costs money. People must realize that the PNM left this country in a mess, a total mess. But there are some other things that they could do.
Right, like for instance, again, plenty of the talk Saturday was based on that oil refinery for the people that wouldn't understand. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, remember the government, the former government closed down the oil refinery? Well, we in talks with so, enforce, tell them, and we are looking at when that oil refinery kick back up, hey, 5,000 going to start off so by people, and that will be people, again, I just advocating what the people saying. I understand what Lennox saying. I understand what Miss Santa Cruz are saying. I understand what everybody is saying.
Those things were said.
It wasn't
stressed by Munilal.
good, but the Prime
Yes,
Minister.
Dr. Munilal was brilliant. The man put it in across to them.
He put it across real
He can't work miracles. He can't work miracles.
But
we cannot work miracles.
I understand.
But we working to get the miracle done.
Right, but I understand.
But there are a few little things that I observed that could be done. For example, I have seen a leak or 2 leaks in a road in Faizabad. For this is over 3 months. And WASA can't fix it. And I want to know who is looking after that. This is going on in the amount of water wasting there. And they can cost them nothing to just get to go and fix that. And people suffering for water all over the country. And these are the little things that could help build up the posturing of the government, make them look big, make them look in performance. And another issue that I have is we having this constant problem with dogs biting people. Out in the streets, you have hundreds of dogs. They're messing up the road. You can't walk in peace. You can't ride and walk. They're digging in garbage bins. Why we don't just resort to the dog catchers on them? If people, whether it's pot hung or bloodhound or what kind of hung, you have a dog, you want a dog, don't let it run and go in all about the place and bite people. And all dogs have teeth, you know, Andy. Even Rottweiler like you have teeth, and when you start a bite in the TV, they're easy, you know. So I want to see these simple things. That are costing a big set of money. They could do these things. There are things that they could do, low-hanging fruits that they could pick, and they need to get at these things. And while we are waiting on the bigger things, and I want to ask the people who are in charge, deal up with this dog issue now, man. This is a thing going on for stretching for years and years. And then since Ramesh was there and they passed the law about dog biting people, serious bite, people getting serious bite.
Thank you very much. And you're so correct. Before we go for that break there again, the Honorable Dr. Munilal, the Energy Minister, break down all what he had to break down. Yes, a lot of people here, but not all heard. The Honorable Jolene John talk about how much potholes that they have done with 2,000 some potholes and a lot of various work that have been going on. And yes, people here, a lot of people here, but not everyone heard. We all know how politics is working in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody, the majority of the people, lock on and was glue on from when the Prime Minister was speaking. Yep. Quarter of the country lock on, so some people get to hear the Honorable Dr. Munilal. He bring a lot of very good things. Paradap talk about some good things. Barry Paradap, the Honorable Jolene John talk about some good things that come in and however it go. The government is working. Things are being put in place. A lot of legislation. The people hear all of that, right? Let me say 30%. But when the Honorable Prime Minister speaking, it was about 80 to 90% of the people now lock on to here. And when they do lock on to here, the things that needed to really and truly be elaborated on for the people to know, which is like what the Honorable Jolene John talk. The Honorable Prime Minister could elaborate on that. What the Honorable Munilal talk, elaborate a little bit, showing, well, hey, how much jobs, this, that, thing. The positive vibes, that is all I showing all you know. It's on that grounds, you know, when and most time people go a party, the Noel Marshall go sing last. And the party, 10 o'clock people now coming in, trickling in, but the Noel Marshall will sing around 1 o'clock the morning or 2 o'clock the morning. Say, sure, by 12 o'clock, everybody looking to come in. And then everybody know too, if Marshall sing too early, like a party start, and Marshall is the first singer, well, that party under trouble, so he can't come and sing first and gone. Because it had nothing to beat back here, especially if you have the best tunes. So economic party mash up, say save the best for last. So it's in that context, and Oxford is understand what I'm saying. In that context is what I kind of like talking on, where the Prime Minister itself should have elaborated more on the bread and butter issues and on the future of now. People want things happen now, well, meaning in the next 3 months or the next 6 months from now, or the next year from now, and elaborate what's going to happen, the kind of money going to happen, the kind of jobs that going to be created. Yes, all it was said before, because people really want to hear that from her. They really was waiting to hear that from the leader. Right? They so dirty the papers and them day. The more pop on all what Kamala Prasad says address underlined based on what all the rest of them said. But then elaborate on some of the things that Dr. Runal Munial said when it comes to the energy sector and come in. You understand? Where Honorable Jolene John say when it comes to youth cut and the kind of things that coming up. That wasn't elaborate and put out there for the people. So on that grounds are talking about now.
Yeah, I understand, but in a function like that, it's almost physically impossible for one person to do that. Means that they'll take the whole time.
No.
See, so it has to be shared.
Right.
She can't touch on everything, but what she shared clearly would have covered what they would have said, but in a generic way, because you talk about 50,000 jobs coming out or 3,000 jobs in housing, for example, that is really Jolene or one of them others that preceded her. But she would have said that, but she couldn't say everything. Otherwise, then it make no sense. The others there, and it was physically impossible.
Right. All right. Couldn't say everything, but again, stressing on what it is people looking for with his jobs and the hope and what ministries, because it's not much that going on early and truly create those jobs, that could have been stressed upon. That just my take. Again, I could be wrong. Let's go for that break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
This Mother's Day, let Mom's World be the focus with 30% off Apex Transitions lenses on complete eyewear. Because her day doesn't slow down and her eyes are constantly adjusting. That's why at Value Optical, we don't guess, we assess. Expert care, precision digital lenses designed for real life. Her world in focus with flexible payment options from CredIQ. Conditions apply. Offer available until May 10th. Value Optical. Expert care for your eyes.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most. On air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Nice. So it's 5 minutes, so people saying, Andy, voice notes, boy, voice notes.
Well, quickly, Andy, on the question of AGC, she did say that 3,700 new homes will be built, and of course it will create 3,000 jobs.
Yes,
she did say that.
And I agree with you. That was one of the things that he was elaborate on by her. But the issue of the energy sector, that wasn't really and truly, because that is what we really need. Like, for instance, when we see the start of the refinery, well, Trinidad and Tobago, we will see the starting up of the refinery look like it will be so, or in negotiations with so. So, although Mr. Munilal said, boy, again, I go in there to sell, I want to sell people what they're really looking for. Jobs, money, jobs, yeah. Digest me.
All right. Well, better days are coming.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because what? Yeah, what some people talk. Yeah, what some people talk. What's me? Between me and you, I can live with the potholes, you know. Lennox, you know, people talk. What's me? I can live with the potholes. I can live a little bump to pitch my road, you know. I can still live with again water twice a week, you know, and not again I've study flow, you know. That ain't gonna make me make up my mind if I get and support you back or not, you know. The make up mind for people is where the next meal coming from, you know, jobs, you know. Am I wrong or right, Mr. Snipes? All right. Let's.
Yep. Yeah. But how I see it with them is that you have the best of both worlds, because if you're solving the pothole problems, you're creating jobs at the same time. Just so if you're building houses, you're creating jobs at the same time.
The people.
But let's go for the.
Ever tell the people reach to the extent where that, because remember Dr. Rowley them was really into fine well people too close, you know, well jobs it start to slow down. People reach to the extent that whether you gain my laptop or you're fixing leaks or you're pitching the road or you're cleaning, look, the drains cleaning right now and riverways cleaning for the start of the season or whatever. People really and truly do few business that what the people want to hear is jobs. Get them a timeline, get them a date, get them a time. It just remain open. The people that just remain open. All better days are coming. That's all. But again, all I may not understand, again, everything the government is doing, they have worked hard. They have put everything in place. Or if it go. I just talking on the grounds of the layman and how the message was to go out there based on what is the majority of the people concerned besides crime. Besides crime. Is work, partner, jobs. Snipes that big man, he's a man don't be entrepreneurs. Hey. All I could do, and I have to do it without fear or favor, is just talk how the ground talking. I can't be like when the PNM was in power. And nobody can tell emperor or tell nobody, hey, here it is, look what they do, look what there will people thinking, you know, and being ignored. At least I let you know the truth. Whether some people wouldn't want to do like me because they go free to get victimized. No. The Honorable Prime Minister and the UNC don't victimize people. Because what I'm doing here, I am doing anything wrong. What I'm doing is just talking exactly how the majority, including UNC supporters, talking. And again, the government really and truly trying. They really and truly working at it. Really have no money. Really and truly have no money. But I believe we need to now talk to the people based on hope and giving little timelines on when they're seeing the people actually, you know, hey, well, we go create 200 jobs here just now. There's something, boy. People want to hear work, boy. So, meanwhile, we're waiting for the news, Lennox. What's your thoughts? Oh, news time now. It's news time. Oh, boy.
Yeah, because there's a paragraph there quickly that says, of course, the Prime Minister spoke about jobs, crime, housing, health care, and the economy. The afternoon belong, of course.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Despite financial setbacks, the housing sector in Trinidad and Tobago is seeing transformation. This from Deputy Political Leader of the United National Congress and Minister of Housing, David Lee. The Minister of Housing stated that the Housing Development Corporation was burdened by debt. He was speaking to supporters and reporting to the national community at the party's anniversary celebrations for their first year in office and 37th year as a party.
We are also confronted a system burdened by over $6 billion in debt, and that is HEC. We did not run from it. We addressed it, structured it, and we stabilized it, and restored confidence in the system and had lost direction.
Highlighted some of the work the party has been able to accomplish during their first 12 months in the housing sector.
10 parcels of land transferred to the HEC, unlocking over 1,500 housing units immediately. 12 additional state sites identified, creating capacity for 10,000 homes over the next 5 years. We have removed bottlenecks. We have introduced public-private partnerships because this government understands housing is not just construction. Housing is dignity. Housing is security. Housing is the foundation of family life.
Minister Lee said the housing sector is moving from development to growth. In more news, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service says officers responded to a report of a wounding incident along Railway Line Road in Victoria Village, San Fernando, at around 1 a.m. on Sunday, following a request for assistance from Emergency Health Services personnel. On arrival, officers were taken to an unpainted two-story structure where they observed a man lying on a bed on the upper floor, suffering from a wound to the head. He was taken for medical treatment and later identified as Kwesi Alfred of Railway Line Road, Victoria Village. Police then proceeded to a nearby location where they were reportedly approached by a man armed with a cutlass and a hammer. Officers assessed the situation as posing an immediate threat and, in keeping with the use of force policy, discharged a single round. The man, identified as Shivanan Jogi of Railway Line Road, was taken for medical attention but later died. The initial victim remains hospitalized in critical condition. Police say investigations are ongoing and all police-involved shootings will be subject to rigorous review. Members of the public are urged to remain calm as inquiries continue. And in sport, three-time national women's powerlifting champion Zara Padilla says she is expecting strong performances from Trinidad and Tobago at this year's IPF World Classic Open Powerlifting Championships, which will be held in Lithuania in June. Padilla, who made history as Trinidad and Tobago's first female representatives at the championships, is part of a formidable five-member team that also includes 120-kilogram world junior champion Joseph McDonald.
First time for Kezia and Dirise Allen, but being the first woman itself to actually represent the country last year and come back and repeat it again this year, along with a bigger team, it shows that the sport is growing in some form, and we have much more competitive athletes, including Joseph McDonald here.
And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From me and the entire TT team, have a great day.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Rising tensions in the Middle East affecting the Strait of Hormuz are sending ripples through global trade routes, raising fears about supply delays and higher shipping costs. Prime Minister the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissesseh SE says the government is keeping a close watch and taking steps to cushion the impact on local businesses and the wider economy. She made the comments in the Parliament.
Trinidad and Tobago continues to monitor developments in the Middle East and the current issues associated with the Strait of Hormuz. Our government of TNT is continuing to work with international partners by providing diplomatic support for the unfettered freedom of navigation through the strait. Further, Mr. Speaker, in the last week, Trinidad and Tobago participated twice in international fora organized by the United Kingdom and France to discuss issues associated with the closure of the strait and to assist in providing solutions. These engagements align with TNT's consistent engagement with the United States of America with respect to matters as these. Domestically, the government of TNT has been in discussions with the private sector to monitor and mitigate any economic impacts from these tensions in the Middle East. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And amid concerns about a possible global fuel shortage, the Prime Minister also sought to reassure the country, indicating that there is no immediate cause for alarm.
Mr. Speaker, I'm advised by Paria Trading, which deals with our stocks of fuel, that at this time we have enough supply for Trinidad and Tobago.
Prime Minister Persad-Bissesseh maintains that developments are being closely monitored as the situation unfolds.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
This is Destra. Right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
The ground report. The ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The ground report. The ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The ground report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy. We are back. Time check. It's approximately 7 minutes past your 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers, 7-seaters. All my drivers, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting Tobago, our sister Tobago. All our brothers and sisters across in Tobago, a pleasant good morning to you. And for all of you.
On the question of Tobago, Andy, the government has made it categorically clear that there is no contemplation or no cabinet decision to increase the fare to Tobago by CAL to $1,000. The status quo remains.
Nice.
Right? So let's get clear. The minister might have done that according to the deputy political leader of the UNC and the minister of energy, Dr. Mungilal, might have done that on his own volition. So it was in fact said. So they're not doubting that it was said. So let us not create any political football. But from the Prime Minister and from the Minister of Energy, categorically, the cabinet that is not a policy of the cabinet, that was not contemplated, that was not decided upon. The minister that would have made the statement, because we were wondering, well, why the minister in the Ministry of Trade would make such a statement. So we said that person might have done it on their own opinion, probably based on the circumstances that he might have found himself in.
Nice.
Right?
So
Tobago.
Let's do
so
what.
Tobago, yes.
Let's do what it is that I was expecting of our government to, which we have to do it. You have mentioned some of the job creation possibilities that they mentioned. Let's stick on all of those things. And what I'm saying is the same way we have to stick on it to make sure the people get the information. It's the queen, as people will say, the trump card, the person who is the star, that what them say, everybody will take what they say as solid as a rock. This is the Honorable Prime Minister itself. You know, she didn't get the opportunity to be able, because it would have been so much to elaborate on, as you say. So let's do the elaborating on it and get the message out there. But it would have been good that would have been coming from her itself than that coming from us. Because some of the masses going to be saying we
have
just...
a call. We have a call.
Go
Good
ahead,
morning.
caller.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good evening. Nice program. The thing I wanted to talk about, what I want Trinidad and Tobago, not Tobago, but Trinidad, to see that change Tobago make, and this circumstance, and take a clue from that boy, from Tobago. Tobago, the suffer Tobago, Benin, the suffer Tobago. Yeah, so they just want to fast and goes gang and this. Okay, I want to call a cultural thing now. With Cambon and Hussein is African this and African that and African the other. When last year Cambon come and say brothers and sisters, they will try and live in unity. For the only guns or something like that. You understand? I want all you to watch African people, watch them program with Sak Maraj and the TV Jabuke. How them Indians just go around the prayers and the whatever.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Hi,
good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
Lennox
yes.
And Andy and director and all your listeners. There was a very, very decisive Express article, UNC going to win again. And what I got out of that, my take on it, 3 issues that were raised by Professor Emeritus Ahmed Ghani and Professor Basdeo. All right. What they said is that they're going to grade, or they didn't, they graded
the UNC first year NFS with an A and a B plus, whilst Penny, less and senseless, graded them as 3 out of 10. So she's clueless. The second thing, which is critical, Hamid Ghani indicated that the national media is biased. That means the national media, CNC3, etc., TV6, etc., is biased. And the third thing they say is licks like peace if they call an election now. But the critical thing I want to get, you ever hear the term coined by the PNM, a PNM minister, Rohan, said, the honest Indians, you'll find the honest Indian in PNM. Now, the messenger was Hamid Ghani, and they say the fruit don't fall far from the tree, and like father and like son. Hamid Ghani's father was a PNM minister for Naparima in the 1976 no vote or 1972 no vote. Right? So that tells us a message. If he was an honest Indian then, likewise his son is an honest messenger. And if his son says is an A-grade he gets, we have to go with that. Plain and simple.
All right, so before you go, caller,
yes. Right.
These people and them give that, right? Because I just see plenty people give all kind of statistics and it is wrong. I mean, wait. Oh God, wait now, wait. So you believe with how they say everything, you think it would be wise that the UNC call an election now? Because as you say, because they go win?
No. That is a clap back at the PNM.
Andy, that was a hypothetical situation. That was they was assuming if that happened. All right?
We're not calling back. We want to fix the country. It's 10 years the UNC need.
Yeah, it was just hypothetical. Yeah. It was just an assumption.
That is a critical number.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you very much.
We go for the word of the day.
One time. Go ahead. First caller with the word of the day. Go ahead. What's your word?
Good morning, Andy.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Lennox.
Good morning.
Good morning, Director Snipes. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. The word of today is delineate. It's a verb.
Delineate. To outline, to define.
Spell it.
Delineate.
Oh God, where's my pen?
D-E-L-I-N-E-A-T-E. Correct. Correct.
Okay, good.
D-E-L-I-N.
Let me open up my computer now so I could take the
just now, Lennox, everybody else here right now. We don't want to know your computer. All right, so give me so far D-E-L-I-N
E-A-T-E.
E-A-T-E.
Yes, and it's a verb and it's correct. Having or forming clear edges or boundaries.
Yes.
So you was correct.
Delineate, yes.
Yes. Have a blessed day, gentlemen.
Same to you.
Wow. So you was correct with that one. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. One more word of the day. And then Lennox Smith gonna give you your word, eh? His word.
Indeed.
Oh boy. So Lennox Smith, by the meanwhile waiting for that call, could you advocate a little bit on that word that it is she gave there?
Delineate, yes. It's to define, to be clear on. What again? Yeah, define clearly. Delineate. We need another word. We need another word before you get mine.
I know that. So I could put in a sentence because you say the delineate, right? I hope I pronounce it right because the man might call me and all to say I pronounce it too right.
But I thought
and he said to be clear on something.
My position has always been once
the pronunciator.
Yeah, once the word communicates what the author have projected and the recipient understands, the job of verbal communication was completed, was achieved.
The pronunciator does not agree with you.
He doesn't agree with me. I agree.
He said he wants you to say the word proper.
But why you don't pronounce it proper and done, Lennox Smith? Because in school, the teachers and them that will not teach that.
No, because in school, if he is talking, if he is talking now and he talking to a friend, you know what he will say? He go say, I go tell you so and so and so and so and so. Right? But I hear now, he will tell me now, you should say, I will. That's all. Yeah. But in normal talk, it's I go, you talk that, you tell a Calypsonian to sing a tune, and the Calypsonian say, I will be there whenever you need me. But in Trinidad and in the Calypsonian world, you say, I go be there. That's all. So the job. No, I'm not going to change my balance, so to speak, or my accent for anyone. We have a word. Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Alexis Taimia here. My word for the day is the word impecunious.
Impecunious. Wonderful word. Means poor. Impecunious. Lack of money. Impecunious.
Sure, it means like how we are today. We are like two traps. We broken.
He broke. Yes, impecunious. Yes.
Old time people will say we like two traps.
Yes.
Okay, Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that word. Yes. Impecunious, of course, and delineate.
No,
all right, Rafi, give me a word there, Rafi. Marabella down there, give me a word. You come in here, give me a word.
You see, right now, the biggest mark is 27 and 35. Snake anybody this, snake anybody this. And Dr. Crowley is saying gold right now. Snake anybody this, snake anybody this. And the boss, the ex-boss, who feel he was a boss, is paying girls right now in, as we speak, point up here. Petrotrin. We close down. Snake anybody this, snake anybody this, snake anybody this. 27 and 35.
He sounds like he impecunious at all.
No, he didn't impecunious at all.
Yeah, like he have plenty money.
He's
playing
golf, but he closed down.
He playing golf, but he closed down. Well, that means he passed there. Remember them from down on that side. So the past and the scene that for sure. That's where they call. So they see the former Prime Minister playing golf down there. So we get two words. What's yours?
I had to give you my word. Boy. Very, very simple. I think I would want to share with you today, which is, somehow all it does make me misplace minds when Ole give me yours. Okay. All right. The word is varigate. Change the appearance of, especially by marking with different colors. Yes, variegate. VARIEGATE. Variegate.
Right, and give me some kind of sentence. All right, give me the what's the meaning?
Well, of course, the autumn leaves variegated the landscape, made different colors and so on of the landscape.
Autumn leaves. Okay. That's like those pui trees and them and things.
Yeah. Made the colors nice. Yeah. Change the appearance of. So variegate. Yeah.
The mahogany and all. The mahogany trees is get a nice flower. A kind of pink kind of flower when
that's right. Yes. The yes.
Fall on the ground. Variegates the scenery. It
variegates the scenery. That's right. Yes.
Understood.
I hear you, my friend. Very deliberate. Very deliberate indeed. And of course, what's the one that the guy gave us before?
Not the D10.
Impecuniary. You see, all stop me from writing the thing in my laptop. Why they calling out you would because all saying about cheating. So I had to close down the laptop when that time comes, when nobody would write it down, so I have it there all the time.
Please do continue to write it.
Yeah, write your thing down. Write down your thing.
I try to be. If I don't know the word, I don't know the word. I will say so. But oh God, I need us encourage that. So he yearning for somebody to coin a word that I don't know.
No. Well, what that do is bring justice is something where red people when they call me, they say, Lennox always talking big word. He himself know half of the words where he using there, he know the meaning, but now I see the man know the meaning and them. So I go say, but so all who say that see the man know the meaning of the words and them. Hey.
That is nothing. That is nothing. But listen, as I told Heinz some time ago, I said, listen, no old lawyer could have a deeper, higher, broader, and a more elaborate vocabulary than an old common entrance teacher. Understand that, right? Because we would have taught all you before all you get into law, right? So let's get that clear. So that is where that came from. Because I mean, you would have to, for preparation for these exams, you will have to have a very elaborate a list of words for those who are so inclined. Of course, at the end of the day, success or failure depends on that. But there's another area of teaching that I always like to emphasize. There's a change as well in terms of attitude as far as education or the teacher student or the learning teaching environment is concerned. Long time, and my partner reminds me of that kind of teacher where you teach someone something, and if they get all right, you vex because they mustn't get all right. But of course, there is a philosophy that says if the student couldn't do your work, it means that teaching didn't take place. Teaching didn't take place. So your students ought to pass your tests because you taught. And if they didn't pass your test, it means, therefore, you did not teach. So it shows the onus back on the teacher, back on the pedagogue, back on those who are delivering the syllabus. And I hope, of course, teachers are listening, because I have been encountering a lot of teachers who, would, and I'm talking here personally too, but I'm not going to give the example. But I'm just saying that the teachers must understand that teaching didn't take place if your students couldn't pass your tests, because they had a tendency of believing that somehow they taught and the student mustn't get all right. Go ahead.
All right. So, Charlie, we're going to go for a break and come back. When we come back, more right here, the lines will be open. I'll organize and play some voice notes. What's on your front burner? Right here on the Ground Report. We'll be back.
Trinidad, are you ready? So Trinidad, are you ready now? By public demand, coming to Sapa, Laugh Till Your Belly Bust Part 2. This is the encore. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited, Sunday, 17th May, showtime, 6 p.m. sharp. Come see Victor St. Louis Pell and all his funny friends.
I tell a man the other day, I say, I is the smartest man in the world. He said, how so? I say, ask me any question and I could answer it. He said, how much seconds in a year? I said, 12 seconds. He said, how? I said, January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd.
Get a superstar.
Hey, one of my neighbor girl horn him. The man run and drink poison, boy, he dead. You know why? He drink it in the living room.
Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint, and we are honoring Tommy Joseph, one of Caribbean's top comedian. Added to the cast, Damien Melville, and Paniska is back. Don't miss it. Laugh Till Your Belly Bust Part 2. Get your tickets now. General tickets are priced at $200, VIP $350, and Legend Sports Bar, 22 Agard Road, Point Fortin. Senga's Restaurant, number 65, High Street, Superior, opposite Massey Stores. Dev's Barbershop, Cookier, Pies Bar, Maraval Road, Joanne's Bar, Los Charros, and IslandEtickets.com. It's happening on the 17th of May at 6 p.m. sharp. For more information, call 358-5001. Love Till Your Belly Bust.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, or what doors are open to each each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Hey Trisha, I ain't seen you in a while. How business going?
Boy, business real slow these days, you know, and advertising expensive.
You for real? You ain't hear about SBP?
What is that?
Small Business Package. You can advertise your business on radio. They cater for your budget.
You serious?
Yes, girl. Them fellows are Next 99.1, Sweet 100.1, and Talk City 91.1. Real bigging up your thing.
What? No way. Tell me where, when, and how.
Call 622-4141. That number is 622-4141. And for more information, you can email tttsales@ttt.co.tt.
I heading down Marfal Road now. That song ain't too good to be true.
This is Talk City 91.1. 91.1.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, Trinidad and Tobago, we are back. Time check is 28 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. And don't forget to tune in today with Officer Shabadi of the Police Youth Club. Yes, right here on Talk City between the hours of 12:30 p.m. and 1:45 p.m. Today, the Honorable Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, will be in studios, Talk City Studios today, on that big program, Taking in Front. Topic, 1 year in office as Minister of Homeland Security. The host will obviously, Officer Shabadi. And the platform is giving our youths a platform. It is what it is, so don't forget to tune on today on Taking in Front. Let me play this voice note here one time. Oh boy.
One more thing, Andy. How come people are not talking about the $500 million they pay them to? Those are the topics we have to talk. We have to talk about it. One more thing, Andy. How come people are not talking about the $500 million they pay them to? Those are the topics we have to talk. We have to talk about the $500 million. I'm not talking about it. The $500 million loan. That the other general fine, or the general, whatever, Jaiwanti, Rambas. Then you talk about that. I'm telling PNM to supporters and somebody who calls you to explain that. I'm not worried about jobs that you want to see and share and this and this.
All right, and I understand what you're saying, and people have all right to continue talking about the history of the PNM and all those various things. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it still boils down. If they're talking about that, the Auditor General said this one take money and that one this and that, the big question going to be saying is, well, nobody lock up yet. And then when they ask that question, then I had to say, well, the government can't lock up nobody. And then when they say, well, then who had to lock them up? Then I had to say, well, the DPP and the police commissioner. And then the real people now who really don't want to hear that, because everybody already heard of my money, of my days, but again, you are correct, right? I'm just making sure that the other aspect is not being ignored, which is the truth on the grounds of what people really want to hear right now. So in between all they know that needs to be said, which is truth. I just let you know what people really also want to hear.
Well, of course, in that vein, and maybe to touch both areas, the Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad has warned that those who want war will get total political war, as she promised supporters that brighter days are ahead for Trinidad and Tobago, with thousands more jobs, increased police posts, and the new homes in the pipeline.
Nice.
Right? Yeah.
Very good. Did the Honorable Prime Minister give a timeline when she seen that Lennox Smith?
Well, in the pipeline, it speaks for itself. But one cannot. I agree. I agree to some extent that there must be a greater degree of specificity. But my common sense will tell me that it can't be too long. So because they have given a rollout for these mega projects, we're looking at by the time the review comes, I'm sure that a lot of details will be given out, and we're talking about 2-3 months from now. I would say you will see greater signs of that by June, which is about two months away. And of course, the review should be somewhere in September. So long before the end of the end of the year, one can reasonably see that. And if they may have omitted so to do, we as persons who have been in the vineyards for so long and have a clear understanding as to how these things operate by now, we should be in a position to say, hold on, this is the time frame in which we are looking. What we know for sure is before the end of the year.
All right. Very good. Let's continue those voice notes and them there. I always rather voice notes. People just say, let's get to the point, which is good. Nice.
Good morning, gentlemen. Andy, I am hearing you saying if the people really want to hear about the promises that were made by the Honorable Prime Minister on Saturday. Andy, let us get it real. What people want, they don't understand. Kamala Persad-Bissessar was elected by the intelligent, sensible people in this country to fix this country. How many times you're going to tell them, like my mother used to say, like stick brick in the air, how many times you're going to tell them things going to be fixed, but it is no magic. It cannot be fixed immediately. Everybody want this and everybody want that and everybody want this fix and they want that fix and they want it now. Yes, when there are problems, people want solutions and they want it now. You understand? But let us get real. The same people, they are the one who created the problems, you hear? By sitting down and doing nothing and accepting everything and not fighting for what they were entitled to for the past 10 years. Yes, 10 years. And now, they figure because they voted for the UNC, they expected everything to be fixed in a minute. Oh God, every day is the same thing over and over and over with you pack all here. Huh? Do all you used to do when PNM was there. Take all your jamming and smile with no hope. But now there is hope. You understand? So let us go realize that if you're building a house, could you start a house Monday and the house finish building Tuesday? Everything takes time. What part of that they don't understand or refuse to understand? Anyway, let me tell all you this. This government is a good government. They are working. But as I tell all you a million times, it ain't no abracadabra way one and everything fixed. You hear? Things are going to be fixed. And all you continue complaining if all you want, none of all you, not going to stop the progress of Trinidad and Tobago. Because let me tell all you this now. It is happening. It is happening. God is taking care of our government and with the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and better days are coming. Better days are coming in Jesus' name. Who don't want to wait? Well, only guess what? Pick up all your bag and find some other, take a boat, a plane, swim, and find somewhere else to go. But you see, in this TNT, we holding on, we working together, we praying together, and we know better days are coming. In Jesus' name, amen.
Again, Eleanor, and many of you don't have to be telling Andy, listen. Again, Andy agree with every single thing the government is saying. All Andy is doing is making sure not ignore what it is all I know people saying now. Ah, boy. So not Andy saying. Andy's telling all you.
And Andy, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because you see, what you are saying, they are saying, is being highlighted, is being projected by the opposition, because it's the opposition that is saying it should be done tomorrow. It's the opposition that is saying, look, they didn't want to talk to the Venezuelans, but look, they're talking to the Venezuelans today without the intervention of the logic and the common sense that would have led to why they're talking to them today. If you ignore that, so therefore we must criticize, for want of a better term, those who are attempting to hoodwink and deceive those persons who otherwise, if they only got the pure message, like what we know, if it was only that, then people would have not been saying what we are hearing across the board on the ground. You see? So we have to go back and talk about those persons who are perpetuating that level of misinformation, disinformation, outright lies. That is why.
Yeah, good morning, Annie. Good morning, Mr. Lennox. Annie, I have a serious front burner, and it is pertaining to the Auditor General report, which again would have flagged a $500 million U.S. loan that apparently, allegedly, if reports are to believe, have been flagged by the Auditor General, a loan which would have been taken out on the 19th of February 2025, a 30-year sublease, right? Between the Porter Spain Waterfront Development Limited and the Office of the President. Apparently, they went to this bank, UMB Bank, in Kansas City, Missouri, and borrowed a $500 million U.S. loan, which is about $3.37 billion TT, right? To this bank, Mr. Lennox, this private company, I don't know if it is, you could do some research, this private company, IBEFORO, EB4, I think, private limited company. I want to know, Andy, what was this $500 million loan used for? And if this is a private loan, right, why, according to the Auditor General, it is being placed on the books for the government of TNT to pay back? Right? How can the government of this country, the public purse, be responsible for paying back a private loan? This is crazy work. And according to the auditor, the report, it was never placed on the official books, but it is being looked at as a public debt. Therefore, the government of the day is expected to pay it back. And this is crazy work. Right? Because on top, if this is to be believed, Andy, that is one of the reasons why we are basically drowning in debt. Andy, this is craziness. I would like to find out if Mr. Lennox could do a little research on who this company is and what this $500 million US was taken for. You understand? The PNM is the worst, right? And we wonder why we are in this position that we're in.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Andy, and Sir Snipes. Well, Andy, sometimes when you actually say things that make 101%, it is really resonate through the people on the floor, people on the streets, people in the maxis, taxis, wherever it is, and it making a lot of sense, because the government has nothing to do with the bad things that that we had in the past. They're doing their thing we have to do, but the main thing is we need to get these people and them employed, and as I say, rightfully say, this is a time factor with this, before the lid blow off again, because the 10 years they're suppressed. They can't wait the next 10 years again to get a job. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you're absolutely right. So, give them some figure of hope, like if you're going to get a bank loan, they'll go say, oh, coming Friday, you're sure to get your money. So, on Friday, you're going to get your bank loan to buy your car, your house, or whatever. You know you're a specific date. So, by now, they should have a specific time factor, to say, well, okay, so we're going to start the first project, whatever. We're going to build a building here or whatever, that going on that date. Because, they're still waiting maybe on proposals and stuff and things. So, but still give them that insurance, that something's going to happen with that, At least people will start to prepare themselves, who have to, to get what they have to get. So that is just my humble opinion. Again, Andy, you're absolutely right. This is definitely one of the talking points on the ground now. Now is a time factor for them to get jobs. All right, blessings.
Exactly. So why trying to although you don't have a date, sell them it. Hey, I see next 6 months, sell them a date. Because you're sure better days are coming. You're sure better days are coming. At least when the 6 months from now come, and and you now have a clear idea of the date, then you're gonna say, well, I thought it would have been in September here, the start. But we have a date for you. It will be January. We get the loan approved. We have the money for it. Think, die politics. Sell them dreams. Make the people, give them hope. Give them a date, something. So, again, no, but remember this government really like to be fair. They don't want to sell nobody. No thing if they don't have a date, they don't have a date. Let's explain that aspect now. Right? In a way I'm right, in a way I'm wrong. I just talking politics.
The integrity is important. And what they say they will do is what one expects, because that is their reputation. But let me just read about 2 paragraphs again to put things in perspective. She sent a warning of political war yesterday as she addressed the United National Congress and report to the nation just days shy of the government's first ride. Bam, 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 bam. Her strongest message was aimed at those she accused of mistreating UNC supporters during the party's 10 years in opposition. So she's conscious. She told the supporters she had not forgotten what happened after the UNC lost office in 2015. So notice some of the things that the caller is saying and what we must address. Between 2015, she continues, between 2015 and 2025, I watch how many supporters were excluded, abused, kicked by some on the other side. I want those people who oppressed my UNC faithfuls to understand that I'm a different human being, Prasad Bisesa said.
Very good.
So you understand the level of consciousness that is built in to those statements. Whoa. Different person and very conscious.
Let's go for a quick break and come back. When we come back, again, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Every morning begins with a story, the headlines you need, the voices you trust, the conversations shaping our nation. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today, where your day starts informed and inspired. News that matters to you, conversations that spark new ideas, stories that move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Tune in weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. or join the conversation on any smart device at TNT Today Show. Trinidad and Tobago Today. Start here, exclusively on TTT.
Tune in to the Holy Trinity Cathedral program on Talk City 91.1 FM every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Mark your calendar. It's a great way to stay connected with the spiritual reflections, uplifting messages, and community updates right here with us on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Join Andy Williams, the pitbull of radio, and Lennox Smith, the big word man.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked. Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me continue the voice notes. Until some people, again, understand the pitbull, they still will never understand the ground. Like how Lisa Francis saying, Andy, we don't want to sell no false dreams. Our government has integrity. What false dreams the people going to sell? Better days are coming. But all the deals and all the things are put in place, the refinery will be starting them back. Jobs will be happening. So what about those false dreams? But the only eternal false dreams there, by saying, well, I am looking at by September, November, for this to get kicked off and that to get kicked off. It may not, but at least they give a time frame. So people will have the little hope and build their strength based on a time frame that is given. No different.
All right. Maybe we can go further in her understanding of the same thing that you're talking about. She said she would not use the office to give anyone an unfair advantage, but warned that the bad treatment of UNC supporters could not go unanswered. I am not going to advantage anyone, but I will square up the account because the bad treatment of good people cannot go unanswered. These are very powerful statements, Andy. Yeah, I have nothing to lose. We lost everything before, and we rebuild it. Those who want peace will get peace. Those who want war will get total political war. The Prime Minister also had a message for people, she said, had returned to the party after staying away during the UNC years in opposition. She said, just 2 more paragraphs or 2 more sentences. She said she saw some people in the room who were around when the UNC was last in government, but whom she had not seen for many years. Last sentence, I want you to know that I see you, and while I may forgive you because that is how I am, I will never ever forget your absence during our 10 hard years in opposition. You know who truly loves you when you have nothing material to give. Those are powerful words, Andy. What more does a supporter want?
All right.
As I said, you're not going to stop the opposition from saying you're supposed to get it tomorrow or today and where the money going, etc. And we have to be able to deal with that. But coming from the horse's mouth and those kinds of statements, I mean, you can't help but have optimism and feel good about the future.
Like Mohan Prasad is saying, Andy, you talking Tata. How I talking Tata, and we have a manifesto, and our former government had a 2030 vision, 2030, 20 days and all them various things, whereby we put on paper promise that this is what we want to achieve within this time period. Come on, plenty of smart people. Look at Hotel that's saying, Andy, lie to the people. That is what you want the UNC to come and tell people. No man, laugh out loud. How the line to the people? Better days are coming. Lennox, am I lying to the people, boy?
No, she said that. She said that.
Me a lie.
But right, but you want to give an assurance by way of date, and I think that's where the
not even date, well, time frame.
The difference.
Even not even date, a time frame.
Well, I say as time frame is here. She has built that in, and she has given, of course, those who labored in the vineyard, and she mentioned it 10 years. So therefore, what more commitment you want than that? When you juxtapose what she would have said only on Saturday with what we know she delivered between 2010 and 2015, the same person in that context, delivery, different in terms that she will not tolerate betrayers, or she will recognize betrayers but don't feel that she forget. I think that is a fair statement. That's a fair
okay,
statement.
so that is
anybody who has
so that's
problem,
a time frame on when it is the refinery going to start back and jobs going and start to be thinking and all them thing, right?
Yeah, because that would have
what
covered
date is that?
all of that.
Around what time she said?
She didn't give a timing per se, but obviously we know our job is to say when the deals would have been completed. For example, Chevron has already been carrying heavy equipment down south, etc. So we know it's just a matter of time. But then again, that is the oil part. But you're talking about the housing part. We know that the delay is because of the procurement issue that is now. But if it could happen by June, September, by the time the review of the budget, the fiscal year would have come around, I'm certain before the end of the year. That's for sure.
All right. And again, Trinidad and Tobago, Andy Williams is just being a devil's advocate on the grounds of I would have play politics. And I wouldn't be lying when the politics are playing. Because if I organize and I come out, and better days are coming, I'm not lying. Jobs will be created, I'm not lying. The housing industry going on boom just now because the procurement legislator can't hold back that. I ain't lying. But with this private media that we have, this PNM media that we have, and the PNM propaganda machine that Lennox Smith acknowledged that is very powerful. I would have played politics. I would have played because them playing it, I'd have played back. In a very serious way. That's why I'm trying to say in other words earlier. But
let me just defend you there if I may. I want to say that what you have said is from a political perspective.
Political perspective, correct.
Yeah, but in this case, you are going to deliver. The difference to the PNM that they would say the same thing and never deliver.
Boy. So you're not lying or you're not holding the people. You're talking the truth. Goodies are coming. Employment, the place going on boom with employment. Everything going on be all right. And knowing that we have a dirty PNM party, the way how they operate, the way they think, them shut down. Call for the procurement legislator to shut down the 11 contractors that's going to pay their own money that would have heat up the economy. You understand? And play politics.
The latest one is in Tobago. Let me ask you a question, and the latest one in Tobago. They had the election yesterday, right? In Tobago, and hear them now. They run out of ballots. What do you think that was for? Tell me. Tell me why they say they run out of ballot? Why do you think they say that?
Trying to say so many people vote.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
many people vote, and then they will see.
Some people gravitated to the PNM. That is the connotation. That is the and the traditional media will go on with that.
Yeah,
go on with that. You know, that's a major feature today coming out of Tobago. That the ballots were so short that they had to. But they telling you how much. They tell you by what number. Nothing like that. But just that impression give the impression that somehow people gravitating in groves towards the PNM. That is what that is intended to do. So we know. So our job is to decipher and to, of course, extrapolate and at the same time, of course, disabuse. Go ahead.
I would have play politics, because I saw line. I know the PNM. So I would have played the politics. Yeah, why too? We don't know the PNM media all day, right? They would have glad now because I know when I get them ambush marketing there one time. Because when they do child life frames, well, the government say this, now the PNM, everybody's sharpening the chops, but the message going out there. The message going out that, hey, we're going to start in the housing industry within this timing. They're going to organize and deal with the refinery, restarting back within this timing. So all what it is, the message we want come out, will come out that, hey, these jobs this, these jobs that, this going to happen, that going to happen. And the same stupid media would have broadcasted, but not on the grounds of being good, on the grounds of, they ain't going to be able to do it within that time. You can remember them fighting, okay? They won't be able to do it, but we don't get the message out.
That's what they have done. Stuart Young has said that they wouldn't be able to accomplish, of course, the gas deal. Of course, the housing part, the intention was to delay as much as possible to deliver the 300 houses, the 3,000 houses that they said that they want to deliver, and of course generate the employment opportunities by that 3 billion investment. So
when they come out,
you're right.
So when they come out negative, so now people don't understand how the pit bull is thing. So whether the media it still come out negative, at least the message would have been out there. Negative or not, the message is out there, one. And two, the message that is out there, the government not lying about it. Better days are coming, but we don't get the majority have the proper message, the messaging would have been out there. Some would have agreed, some wouldn't have agreed, but everybody know, hey, the refinery might be starting back within, will be starting back within this time period. The housing industry, despite the procurement legislature.
And you neutralize the PNM propaganda machinery at the same time.
You neutralize
it. We that time has reached us.
Yes. So that is, you see how smart the pit bull is? Only read between the line, and that's why I'm saying, but that was my kind of advice now. At the end of the day, hey, let the message come out and let them go with it negative, but at least it come out. In media, all news is good news. Good news is good news, and bad news is good news because the message is out. And it's about debating. So Trinidad and Tobago, coming up next. We have 2 more minutes, but coming up next is Mr. X and Stefan. Yes! With Off the Record. And don't forget Officer Shabadi today with the Minister of Homeland Security. So you make sure and listen to Take It in Front. Okay? Trinidad and Tobago, stay safe. After God family comes first. On behalf of the Ground Report team, I'm Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of Radio. Until tomorrow morning, please God, we are out of here, and I hope all you understand what was my agenda. Thank you, Snipes.
Voices you know, trust, and respect are the very best in talk. Talk City 91.1. Tune in to Beyond the Limits with Roland Stewart on Talk City 91.1 FM, Mondays to Thursdays from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. A powerful talk show exploring real stories, challenges, and triumphs of persons living with disabilities, including amputations, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, intellectual disabilities, and more. Beyond the Limits, changing